For this project, you're going to need some glue, either liquid glue or a glue stick if you have it, a pair of scissors, and some different colored pieces of construction paper. If you only have white paper or lined paper, that'll work just fine too. Construction paper just makes it more colorful and fun. You could always paint some plain paper too, if that's all you have. Make sure to let it dry before you begin the project if you're going to paint. I cut my pieces of paper into smaller rectangles. Yours don't have to be all exactly the same size. Use your scrap paper that you have laying around. Go get your supplies and I'll meet you back here. What I did to cut my paper is I took a piece of paper and folded it in half. That'll give me a crease right down the middle. And then I folded it again. And I folded it one more time. This time long like a hot dog. Nom 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 nom. Now when I open my paper up, I have a bunch of creases that I can see on the paper. This will tell me where to cut. So from one sheet of paper, if I have a regular 9 by 12 or 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, like one that would fit in a printer, I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of paper, all pretty close to this size. I cut up scrap paper, so mine's not exactly that size, but that's okay. Use what you have. After I have some bunch of paper cut, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my rectangles and I'm going to fold it in half like a hot dog. Long and thin. Putting my corners together and folding on my crease. There I have one. I'm going to do another. Corners together. Pressing hard to make sure my crease stays nice and neat. I'm going to start out by doing 4 pieces of paper folded in half, like long hot dogs. Now that I have 4 of them, I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to attach some of them together. Remember, when you're using a glue stick, you don't have to push it up very high. You only want to see a little bit of the glue sticking out the top. If you see too much, the glue can actually fall out and it won't work anymore. So only let it peek out a little bit from the top. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a sculpture using these flat 2-dimensional pieces of paper. I'm going to make them 3-dimensional, turning them into a sculpture. So I'm going to put the folded sides together. I can do it like this by putting 2 corners together, layering one on top of the other. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue in this corner. I have half of my folded piece, half of my folded piece, but I'm not putting them together the same way, parallel. I'm going to put them together perpendicular. That means they're going in opposite directions, kind of like a corner. So now I have these little flaps, and I can make this stand up if I want to. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to add some more. I'm going to put another one in this side. And then maybe I'll take this one and maybe I'll make it go around like this. I bet if I keep adding the corners together, I can make a cube. Let's give it a try. Now that I have my square put together, I'm going to make another square. So I'm going to take 4 pieces and I'm going to glue the corners together. For this piece, since I know I'm going to be doing both corners, I'm going to put glue at the top corner and the bottom corner on one half that I folded. The top corner, and I'm going to line it up with a crease. Rub, 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 rub. Bottom corner, line it up with a crease. Give it a rub. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Top corner and bottom corner. Line it up with the crease. Make sure it sticks. Now this one must be a little bit shorter than the other ones. So what I can do is I can just let this one hang off the side a little bit and that'll be fun. Okay, so now I have 2 squares Now I'm going to put them together, like one's going to be the lid of the box, okay? But my box isn't going to be very big. It's definitely not going to be a cube. It's still kind of a cute little box though. But let's make this a cube. So I'm going to take some more pieces and I'm going to add them to the corners standing up, kind of like I were to be putting legs on a table. So I'm going to put some glue here and here. Glue, glue. First, I'm going to line this one up like this. It's kind of like putting together a puzzle. Then I'm going to make this leg stand up and glue together this corner. Now I have one leg sticking up off of my cube. I'm going to do the other ones, and then I'm going to put the top on and attach it like the lid of a box. So now I've created a cube. Not all the corners are perfect, but that's okay. It's pretty strong actually. I can put a little bit of weight on it, and it's really colorful and fun. Let's look at some real architecture that might use bright colors and cube shapes. This is a building in China. It has really strong square shapes throughout. The inside also has light coming in through the squares. Really different. This next one has some really cool apartment buildings made out of different shapes, mostly geometrical shapes, and it's so colorful. What kind of ideas can these works of art inspire for your own art? What kind of things can you make?